Harold, what are the challenges of SaaS security? It's a pretty basic question, but I know there are some serious ones.
The real challenge with SaaS, around SaaS security, is that these SaaS applications have really evolved into full-blown business operating systems.
Some companies run their whole business off of just a single platform.
So what you basically have is the SaaS application sprawl with also increased complexity and configuration on critical SaaS platforms. And in many cases, what that turns into or translates into from a security perspective is a lot more ways that you can shoot yourself in the foot. I think the challenge for people is really that on the security side of the house, these folks don't have any visibility into how this is configured. And when you really look at the threat model around SaaS, when data is exposed and when things are misconfigured, what often happens is the threat model for SaaS is that of a smash and grab operation. And what that means is that you really need to comprehensively assess the attack surface of SaaS and how things are appropriately shored up from the outside in. I mean, if you really look at, the challenge of the old perimeter-based networks, I mean, everybody shored up with a firewall on the perimeter and, it was all outside in, and then everybody moved to the cloud and you saw the rise of zero trust. But SaaS is kind of no different. The data has just moved to this application where there is significant workload being executed, and the ability to assess that attack surface as an application and as a data store, as a compute entity, is something that needs to be critically looked at.
One CISO I spoke to, he gets frustrated by this idea of, all right, I configured it well on day one. How much have I drifted in a year from what I thought was good on day one? Is this something that AppOmni has insight into?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that that's where most customers get an incredible amount of success. I mean, it's the continuous monitoring aspect of, just like you would continuously monitor any environment, the rate of change is so significant. And you'll see it all the time. I mean, there's so many cases where even on top of that, where people are building on top of SaaS, we see developers that will release something or a build on top of the SaaS platform, and the code breaks in production. And they'll be like, oh, well, those configurations are breaking my code. Turn off those configurations in prod.
Ooh.
Rather than, figuring out what to do from, a security baseline as a starting point, right? In that dev cycle. And so, yeah, we absolutely will trigger basically findings when we see these configuration drifts. There's a million ways that people might choose to look for circumvention methods, right? And so being able to, again, stick to that baseline, know when you've drifted, and then have a remediation path through operationalization is absolutely critical, and something that we do very, very well.
Well, if you want to see exactly how well AppOmni does it, you just got to head over to their site. Go over to AppOmni, AppOmni.com.